Hi, this is Dr. Philip Cordova. Today we're going to talk about the new addition to our office. It's called the Hypervolt. It's from a company named Hyper Ice. And we've recently introduced it to our office. We're seeing a lot of great results. And so this is kind of a product review where we'll talk about what we've liked about it, anything we haven't liked about it, and why we decided to add this into our office.
So this is what the Hypervolt looks like. It's a really easy device to hold on to. It's also very quiet, and that's one of the things that they talk about. It's the quiet technology that it has, because you can still hear and talk over it. And so if we turn it on, you got this little light on the bottom. It says full power here, and then you've got some lights over here and tells you the level of it. So this is a percussion instrument, and this percusses on the first level 2,200 percusses per minute. At the top level, it's 3,200 percussions per minute, and it's a very quick vibrating tool that gets deep into the muscles.
It's kind of like a jackhammer, really. I mean, if you look at some of the other massaging type devices out there, they just vibrate, and that feels good. We get some circulation going. But if you watch this, and we took some slow motion videos, and you can see it hitting, and it's slowly moving back into place. And I think that's why it works so well. And there's got a few different attachments that you can use as the head. So one is just this ball, which is kind of a foam ball, which I liked as far as comfort level goes, but didn't like as the practitioner, because this head that she's got on there now, where it's more of this gliding type head, I can actually feel when the tension changes on someone's spine. So as I'm rolling it along on either side of their spine, all of a sudden I can feel when the tension changes, and I know that's a bad spot, and I gotta work on that spot for a second and do that. So it's that gliding and that smoothness of it. This is another attachment. So this is a much harder, firmer head, which we tried this on trying to hit this on either side of the spine, and that worked okay on smaller people, didn't work as well on bigger people, which meant she liked it, I didn't like it when it was being done to me. But if you use this on other parts of your body, your hamstrings and things like that, this can actually still work pretty well. And then this, to me, was the more brutal one. This is more like a finger or a thumb, and that's just pure, and it's a jackhammer. I mean, it's pushing that back into place, which I did not like initially, but after using the softer head a few times, I was able to break down some of that initial tissue, and then this actually helped it go a lot deeper and a lot better, which was a good thing. And so it's something you may have to build up to. So if you end up purchasing one of these devices, you probably are going to start with this because it's the softer one, and then you'll move on to the gliding head, and then you may move on to this other one, with this one being more for special use as you try to figure out different areas where you like that one best.
So in our office, we've added it so that we can focus on the spine. So for the most part, everyone's getting this going up and down their spine to loosen things up. And so with the muscles, any muscle has a fascia on top of it, and that fascia gets really tight. And so this is a great way to approach that fascia, and when it puts pressure on there, it demands the Golgi tendon organs to relax, and allows that to just breathe, and allows the muscle to breathe. And so you just feel great, and it's a really neat sensation, but that's the reason behind it. It also gets deep down to the proprioceptor, so you really feel the vibration, and that turns on your nervous system, and it allows you to go, oh, wow, I've got muscles there, relax, and you just feel much more tuned into your body. So we enjoy scanning the muscles before we do the adjustment, and going from fairly high in the neck all the way down to the pelvis, and just allowing a nice little scan on both sides to loosen up that area.
Yeah, since most of our patients are sitting at computers all day, it's working the traps, working between the shoulder blades. That's going to be a bulk of the treatment. Occasionally, people are coming in with different issues, but that's the main focus of it. In fact, one particular lady, her lower mid back area, where she's really hunched over when she's working on the computer all day. If I try to push on that spot, it's been pretty tough to get it to move. In fact, she would really brace, and so every time I would push on it, really it wasn't going to be a good result at all. So we tried lots of different styles of adjusting her, but it was tough to get that area because it would already hurt. Just touching it hurt. And so as soon as I would even get to that area, she would really brace. But after using this on her for 30 seconds even, I was able to push into there gently, and we heard this all the way up, and she got that relief. But we've been seeing success with patients who are coming in with very tight piriformis muscles, or dealing with sciatica, and working in that area. What else? Other areas?
Shoulders have been very common, and so you can get into the lats, you can get into the infraspinatus and around the rotator cuff muscles, and shaking that up gets the adhesions that aren't allowing the adjustment to move really well. So once you get a few seconds, a minute of this on there, and then getting the adjustment, it makes it move really, really nicely. Carpal tunnel has been something that we've had great success with too. The forearm, right? So you have two bones in there, the radius and the ulna. So if you're going up and down those two bones and breaking up the adhesions in there, working on the fascia, of course, and then getting an adjustment, oh, amazing. Because just by loosening up the muscles, that's one benefit, but if you can actually get an adjustment in there, now everything glides and it's going to be much more sustainable. One of the things we have noticed though, not everything gets fixed in the first visit. And so we have seen great results, several visits in a row where you're breaking down one level, your body now adds nutrients to it, gets more blood supply into there, but then when you're coming back, you get another layer of improvement, and you start to really feel the difference of good health and what good tissue should feel like.
And it's still about the adjustment in our office. We want to make sure that the spine's being moved back into place, but the muscles are an important part of that. We want to make sure that things are relaxed. And yeah, we are seeing it where the first time it feels kind of tough, and the next time it's a little easier, and the next time it's a little easier. And you'd be surprised, you don't need much time on this at all to see a change. In fact, sometimes a smaller amount is a good thing, where the only bad things I've heard is you get a little tingling in your ears if you get too far up the spine, like just even at the upper back, you'll feel that. Some people did not like that feeling. You do feel it vibrate. For some people, it's heaven on earth, and this is the best thing ever. But really, a minute or two on this is plenty, and you'll even feel the muscles release. You'll feel the muscles even start to warm up if someone's in particularly they're really tight. And it's not like we're applying heat to this. This does not apply heat or cold or anything. It's just really causing that circulation to improve. And so we've primarily been using it on its lowest setting. That seems to be the most common thing where people can accept, but I have a feeling as we get used to this and our patients get used to it, we're going to start kicking it up a notch, things as they get more comfortable, where I typically will do it. It's gone 3 settings. I'm using it the medium setting for myself most of the time on different areas if I'm using it on myself. But the last setting, I mean, it's loud. It definitely feels like you're doing something that can be a little scary, a little intimidating at first. When I walk in the room with this initially, people think, uh-oh, what's this going to be? But it's after we use it on them, I think they're very happy with it. So we've been very happy with it. I think it's been a great addition to our office. It still fits in with the structure of what we do, which is work on the structure and alignment, help you with the strength and stretching of your muscles, and then help you take another step in the right direction towards better health. And so our concern is getting your spine lined up, and if we can help you relax for just a little bit better before we get that adjustment in there, I think we're going to get better results, better adjustments, and that's going to help the whole process.
A couple other conditions that we've been surprised of the results we've gotten good results with are arthritis of the hands. By vibrating gently, it circulates it in a way that allows the blood to flow through but not cause more inflammation, which is the arthritic process. So that I've had patients really enjoy that, and the next day they wake up with less pain in their hands. The fibromyalgia patients as well has done really well with this, and they're very tricky because they're so sensitive and there's so much inflammation going on in their bodies that doing this, or maybe the circular head attachment, that makes it a little more gentle, but they're able to take it and it stimulates their nervous system in a positive way, that they're not more stimulated, but it's a relaxing stimulation. I think it has something to do with working on the parasympathetics, but they've responded really well to it.
And I didn't think they would. I mean, it's anytime we introduce something new in our office, we try it on ourselves first. We tried it on our kids, our family, anyone that we knew that would let us try it. And then we brought it into the office and tried it on a few patients with their permission, saying, hey, you get to be a guinea pig today if you want to try this out. And since we were only getting positive feedback, we tried it out with more and more, and now it's fully introduced into our office. But fibromyalgia patients was one of those things where we really hoped that it would benefit them, but you didn't quite know until we tried it out on a few people, and the response has been great.
There are going to be a few things that we will avoid. So if there's a lot of edema, swelling, and tenderness, we're not going to approach that area with this. I just think that shaking it up is not necessary. You have to allow that tissue to heal first. So that's going to be one. If you end up getting this yourself and doing it at home, you can overdo it. So just like anything, you don't want to keep breaking up a muscle, and so you do want to watch out for swelling. And then something that's so sore that you just keep hammering is not going to be a good thing. So I have seen on the internet, of course, lots of bruising from overuse of this, and that's not a good thing. Also, the carotids are not helpful to beat that up. So you do want to watch out for what the contraindications are so that you're not causing damage and allowing the benefits of this to be the benefits.
Yeah, we can't do it anywhere on the head. I mean, you want to feel like your brain's rattling around, then put it on your head. And as we get up into the neck, even as you get close to that, it's not very comfortable. You know, we're not even pushing in with this thing. It's just like gliding on there. But I don't know that you can glide light enough to really get into there and have it be comfortable. And you definitely want to stay off the spine, the bones. You'll quickly figure that out. So you'll be cruising along, you hit the spinous process and it bounces off and the person's yelling, ow. And so stay off the bones. That doesn't feel comfortable. But anywhere there's muscle and things to work out, it's been a great help.
So as we deviate from the spine and we're working on a specific injury, glutes have been helpful, hamstrings, that is such a dense muscle, and this really can get down to it where it's just breaking up stuff that is so deep that an elbow won't get to. So that's very nice. We also work on calves, and so the back of the calves can be very tight, and that can be a hindrance. We also get people with ankle mobility issues and either plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendon issues, tendonitis, and allowing both this to shake things up and get the blood flowing in there, and then getting a good adjustment, it makes such a difference. We also have seen shin splints, so getting the top and the front of the shin makes a big difference because you're able to break that up and get blood flow in there so your body can heal it. And then again, we do the adjustment, it makes a big difference. So there's several body parts that we like to target, and the treatment can be very effective.
Yeah, great. So it's been a win for us in our office. If you haven't tried it yet, you can buy one on your own. This is not just sold to doctors or healthcare professionals at all. So we've seen it available at a lot of different locations. So I would certainly consider picking one up if you want to come try it out and see how we're using it on our patients. I think you'll like it.
Absolutely. Have a great day.